Pixar Animation Studios. I really like that lamp. Savvy viewers will recognize that as the start of the first official short done under the Pixar name Luxo Jr. This logo came about due to Steve Jobs wanting the studio to get more credit, as a lot of people thought Toy Story was all Disney. Thus, all the films since A Bug's Life have utilized this logo, cementing the Pixar name in people's minds, as was Jobs' intention. They don't play around with the logo that much, but they found a creative way of doing so at the end of Wall-E. The 1990s Universal Pictures logo. I mentioned earlier my dislike for the simple globe. Thankfully, starting with Back to the Future Part 3, they introduced a new logo with an excellent theme by James Horner and some great animation. I think a lot of us in my generation connect with this logo due to how many notable films from our time it opened in front of. There's a certain magical quality about it that says, yes, you are about to experience something extra special today. For me, this is one of those logos that so perfectly defines the 90s. DreamWorks Pictures. With a fanfare composed by the consistently brilliant John Williams, The Boy Fishing on the Moon has become almost iconic despite being a relatively new studio in comparison to the others discussed today. The way the camera pans up is done exceptionally well, as is the animation. Starting with Shrek 2, the studio's animated films were even outfitted with a new logo themselves. And recently they got another logo that opened How to Train Your Dragon that shows the more dramatic territory they've been exploring lately with their animated fare. All three of these logos are certainly something great. The classic Walt Disney Pictures logo. Whenever I think of my childhood, this is a logo that pops to mind. When the cursor started descending, When You Wish Upon a Star played, and the line circled the top of it, we knew we were going to watch a great animated film. Before the logo, Disney's production typically started with the RKO logo or none at all. But when this premiered in front of the Black Cauldron, it instantly tapped into our subconscious and it will never leave my mind. Pixar's version of it in front of Toy Story was even the first a lot of us saw of this art form called computer animation. There have been other variations too, like one with a background choir, one being played by kazoos, and another where the logo was adopted by aliens. However, my favorite is the one that opened Inspector Gadget. This is just one of those logos I can watch again and again. And my pick for the top greatest studio logo is... '20th Century Fox. With a theme written by legendary composer Alfred Newman, those famous searchlights have opened all Fox's productions, and it says a lot that the current logo, introduced in 1994 with a swirling camera, is still used today, though a new version opened in front of Avatar. In an interesting factoid, the current version of the logo was conducted by David Newman, Alfred Newman's son. Another reason why I selected this as my number one is how it has entered our popular culture in so many ways, especially when so many people think of Star Wars when they hear it. I know I do. Overall, when I think of a logo that gets me excited for the next 2 hours, it's the one from 20th Century Fox. So next time you sit down to watch something, think about how those logos also required a lot of hard work and creativity to put together.